Hi everyone, it's Andrea from Movers and Bakers. Today I'm going to share with you how I decorate my pumpkin spice cookies ready for Halloween. Let's get going. To start with, I'm going to start with my butter. I'm just going to soften this in my bowl, so just tip it all out. And I'm just going to soften this before I do anything else. And softening your butter a little bit before you add your other ingredients to it. It's just going to help it all mix a lot more easily. There we go, lovely soft butter. To that, I'm going to add the same quantity of butter to cream cheese. So this is full fat cream cheese. It's really important that you use full fat cream cheese. It's going to affect whether the icing will hold together and what the end flavour will be. So always go for full fat. I always use Philadelphia. I've tried loads of other brands. So here in the UK, I just find Philadelphia is the best one, but always use the full fat version. I'm just giving that a really good mix together just to completely combine the butter and the cream cheese and make sure they're really, really well mixed. The other thing I forgot to say is I always like to work with my cream cheese at room temperature. I find it's less likely to curdle or to do anything weird and split while I'm beating it. So leave your cream cheese out from a few hours before you need it, just to allow it to come up to room temperature so that it's much easier to work with. Right, so I've got my butter and my cream cheese, they're both mixed up together, and to that I'm going to add my icing sugar. Now the icing sugar when you make a cream cheese icing can vary just depending on how thirsty your icing is going to be. So for this as a guide, I would say you could go, the variance could be anything around 100 grams from the lower end to the top end. So it just depends on how thick you want your icing to be and how absorbing your cream cheese mixture is. To that, at the same time, I'm also going to put some maple syrup. I really like maple syrup with my pumpkin spice cookies. I just think it goes really, really well, just for that little bit of extra flavour. So that's about a tablespoon of maple syrup there. Now remember, with icing sugar, it will fly up everywhere, so take your time, go really slow to start with until it's all mixed in together. So this process now, just whipping it up, the last final stage, should only take a minute or two, not too long at all. You just keep whipping it until you're happy with how it's looking. And there is my cream cheese frosting. Now, absolutely, if you are making these as a regular cookie and you don't want to make them Halloween, you can use just this and put them straight on your cookies and they are delicious. But because I'm doing them as Halloween cookies, I'm going to split my icing up and colour it into different colours so that I can decorate my cookies in Halloween colours. If you're looking for the recipe for my cookies, you can follow the recipe card that's just going to appear at the top of the screen right now. But they were really simple to make. So my icings are all ready and coloured and set to go, and obviously I've got my cooled cookies. We are ready to get decorating. So along with my coloured icing and my cookies, of course, I have a couple of piping bags and a few tips. I will talk you through them in a minute, but I also have some eyes. These are just sugar eyes that you can buy at most grocery stores or cake shops or anything like that, and they're just going to make up part of our decorations. So you will need those as well. So in my first bag, I'm going to put, I've got a very small nozzle. It's a thin piping nozzle, it's a number 2. I'm going to put my black into this. I'm using my black icing mostly for details and things like that. The eyes, the mouth of the pumpkin. So this, I need a thin, detailed piping nozzle for. I'm just pushing that down and that is now ready to be used. So the first one I'm going to do is a Jack Skellington one. So grab a decent dollop of your icing and let's pop it on our cookie and spread it out as evenly as you can, and then run your knife all the way along the edge to get it all nice and even. And now, time to put the face on. And there is our first one done. So that's our Jack Skellington. For my mummies, I'm going to use a really thin nozzle like that, just to replicate the bandages. So I'm putting that in the end of my piping bag. I'm going to put some white into my piping bag. Right, and that is for my bandages all ready. So we'll grab a cookie. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a couple of eyes on for my mummy. So I've just got a couple of my sugar eyes. I'm just going to put a couple of splodges of icing just to hold them on. Just like that. And then all you have to do with the white is just do it over the cookie like bandages. And that is it. That is our mummy done. Next is time for Frankenstein. So we've got our green icing that you remember I coloured. Love this vibrant green. You want to spread this out and get it as even across the top as you can. Don't forget, if you are enjoying my videos, to like this and to subscribe so you will get all notifications every time I release a video. And now for the details of Frankenstein. So I need a couple of eyes again. And give him a little bit of hair. And a lovely scar. And a nice wiggly little mouth. And there you have it. And for my last one, my pumpkin. So a decent dollop again. I'm going to go back for a little bit more even. So we're going to spread it all out. And then all you do, you drag your spoon through so you create little dents in the icing, just to make your pumpkin shape. And there is my pumpkin cookie shape. Sorry. And then I'm just going to grab a toothpick or a cocktail stick with a little bit of green and just pop it on the top of my pumpkin to be the stem. And there you have it, a selection of different ways that I decorate my pumpkin spiced cookies in time for Halloween. As always, don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it. Do subscribe so you find out every time I release a video, and do share this video if you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Happy baking, friends.